Hello. I wanted to talk about three reasons to self-publish. A lot of people who are experienced writers, and even people who aren't necessarily experienced writers, but just have a topic that they're really passionate about, have at some point considered self-publishing. And I think if you have considered it, you should definitely go for it. It takes work. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. But if it is a topic that you're passionate about, or if you love writing, just love it so much that you live and breathe writing, then yes, you should go ahead and self-publish. And there are three reasons why it may be a good idea for you to consider this. The first reason is when you self-publish, as opposed to going through the route of using a literary agent, you have more control over the final product that you give to your eager readers. Um, I have a couple of friends who have gone the traditional route of publishing, and they get a literary agent, which is amazing, which is really, really good. Um, and what I've noticed though is that it's a tricky process, even with the help of an experienced literary agent, because sometimes, for example, the agent will want the ending of their book or a certain character in their book to go a different way, and the writer doesn't want it to go that way. But because they've kind of handed their baby over to a publishing company or to an agent, they usually go with whatever the agent says. Because if they don't write something that their agent is satisfied with, in most cases, then the agent won't represent their book. So they don't have, I feel like, in my opinion, they don't have as much control over the final product. Like maybe the book's message changes because the agent said, or the editor who the agent suggested that the writer use says that the message of their entire book needs to change. So I've noticed that writers who work with literary agents, while on one hand it makes their writing life a lot easier than a self-published writer who has to do everything themselves, while it may be a little bit easier, they don't have as much control over the message that their book is sending out, and even things like the cover art. Because a couple of writers who use agents, I've heard them talk about how they have to fight to get the cover that they want for their book. Well, when you are a self-published author, you don't have to fight anybody. All you have to do is tell your graphic designer, this is what I want my book to look like, and they do it. There's no fight. Another thing, too, is the pricing. It's not usually when writers go through a literary agent, they don't get to set the price on their book. But again, if you're self-publishing, you're the one who puts the price on your book. You can sell it for free if you want, and that way you can build up your audience. And then maybe your next book you sell for like $3.99, $4.99, or whatever, or more. But it is a good idea if you can set that first book for free, and that way people, because you're an unknown author, probably people will be more willing to read it. So that's a nice thing about self-publishing. You can decide if you want to sell your first book for free, or maybe for like 99 cents if you want to make a little bit of money. A second reason to self-publish is that you might, and this is a huge might, and this did not happen in my case for sure, but you might end up making more money than if you went the traditional route of publishing. Because when you think about it, if you go the traditional route, if your book sells for like maybe $10.99 in stores, you don't get that full $10.99, because a lot of that money has to go to the people, the group, the massive group of people who helped to get your book into that store. It goes to your agent. It goes to the people who represent you. There's just a ton of people who get money from your book. And usually the writer ends up only getting a little bit of money. Now with self-publishing, all of that money, well, not all of it, but most of that money goes to you. And maybe just a little bit will go to the distributor who you choose, like Amazon.com or Smashwords, to the distributor who you choose to let get your book out there. But so anyway, you make a bigger percentage of every book that you sell when you self-publish because you don't have a team of people to pay. You've already paid the few people who you used for like your graphic design and maybe your formatting and the editing of your book. Those are usually the only three people you have to worry about. And marketing, if you pay people to help you with marketing. But you usually pay all that prior to your book being distributed and published. Once it's out there and being distributed, you just wait for the money to come in. But that is rare. I will say that usually people who go the traditional route of publishing do make more than self-published authors because it takes so much work for a self-published author to advertise their book. Whereas if you go the traditional route, you have more of a team to help you with advertising. Even though traditionally published authors also have to hit the ground running when it comes to advertising and marketing, they don't have to do it quite as much as self-published authors. But once again, if you are self-published and you do it and you really get out there and advertise, there's a huge chance that you will make more than a traditionally published author. The third reason that I would recommend self-publishing is my favorite reason. And it's just that it makes you feel good about yourself. Because if there's a topic that you're really passionate about, as I already mentioned, or if you are very passionate about writing in itself, you can feel really stuck if you have this big idea and this huge drive to get your work out there and you don't. Maybe you keep sending letters or emails to literary agents with copies of your manuscript and you keep getting rejected. And it starts to make you feel stuck. You feel like you're not doing what you were put on this earth to do. Well, that's where self-publishing comes to the rescue. You don't have to wait on someone else to give you their stamp of approval to be a writer. You get to do it yourself. You do the work and you put your book out there and then you reap the results. And that makes you feel like you're living up to your potential. Like for example, I have books out there. I self-publish under the pen name E.J. Mara, and I have these young adult science fiction books that I self-published. And no, they're not great literary works by any means, but it feels so good to get my stories out there because I love to write. So if you have that same drive to write, I would highly recommend self-publishing because it gives you a creative outlet and it lets you share your imagination with other people, which could inspire other people to use their imaginations to write. And that's really what art is about. It's about inspiring other people to get them talking, to get them doing, to get them to create more art too. So being a self-published author allows you the opportunity to do that without having to wait on someone else to tell you, okay, you're in, you can do it now. You get to do it yourself. So those are my 3 reasons for self-publishing, and I hope that they might encourage someone who is considering that route to really just go ahead and do it. Yes, it is a massive amount of work, but if you have the drive and if you have the energy, I recommend that you do it. If you want to get a little bit more information about how to self-publish, the steps that are involved, I created a website called Self-Publishing Pro at Weebly.com. And you can check it out, and it goes through a basic step-by-step outline of what to do if you want to self-publish. And hopefully actually, later this month, I will also have some videos available on the site that can walk you through some of the more detailed subjects related to self-publishing. So check out that site if you want more information. Thank you for watching.